Prepare yourself to be amazed. You're about to see the impossible. That table's from Vertica. This one's from Snowflake. This one's from Amazon Redshift. This Azure Synapse. Here we go with Postgres, MySQL. We've got Teradata, Oracle, DB2, and Yellowbrick. 10 tables from 10 different systems. The minute I start picking the columns I want to see on the report, the Nexus responds in a second. And everything is building the SQL as I just choose the columns I want to see. The join's been established, and we're about to do a 10-table join across 10 systems. But what's going to make it really unique is where we process the data. The SQL is built. And now I'm about to run it. But I want you to notice something because no one in the world does this. We're going to run this on the Vertica system. That's the hub. That's where the tables will move. We will join them on Vertica. Here we go. You'll see the logs start to shine because now it's moving every single table over to Vertica where the SQL will run. There's the logs. And the data is converting and moving. We can convert between every system in a heartbeat. And here it comes. Should be 2,000 rows. Give it to me. Yes. There is a report of 10 tables across 10 systems in a single query. And now I have the report. Brilliant. Pretty brilliant. But what I'm about to do right now is unbelievable. I am going to come over here and I'm going to save this join. So we're going to be able to have this. I can pass this to the business users. They just execute from this point on and this report comes to anybody that wants this. Now that we've saved this, I'm going to change the hub from Vertica. Let's run it on a different system. Say your Vertica system's busy. You decide you want to run this on the Snowflake data warehouse. The SQL will change. The load utilities will change. I pick where I want to go on Snowflake, what database. And now every table here, except for the Snowflake table, will be moved over to Snowflake and the join will process on the Snowflake system. Listen to me carefully. I can process the join on any system, and you'll see, including my own PC, there's the data moving. When I look in the logs, and here it comes. Give me the same 2,000 rows. Yeah, here it comes. And there it is, 2,000 rows from the join. Here's the time it processed on Vertica. Here is where it was on Snowflake. Now, this is going to get crazy because one of the brilliant pieces of the Nexus is it's its own database if you want it to be. So I'm going to join this data on my PC. It will simultaneously query all these systems, bringing back each data set to the PC and in my memory. There it is. It's so fast. It's just ridiculous how brilliant this product is. I can join across all systems and I can say wherever I want to do it now. I can even come in and say, listen, I don't really want to bring up the super join builder. I just want to run this at any time by myself when I come in the morning. And I go, great, put it down here in your tree. We call this the 10-table Vertica hub. All I have to do is execute it. And here it goes. It's bringing everything over to Vertica. It's processing the join. And now I'm going to get my 2,000 rows. Here it comes. There you go. That did take about 10 seconds. So now, once again, we have this answer set. Outrageous and brilliant. That's the idea behind what the Nexus can do. Look at all these systems here on the left. Every one of them, I can migrate to and from each one of them with automatic conversion. I can join across any of them. It's time you master your data. I can even load this join back up again. Vertica Hub one we did. And here we go again. It's just so easy to be able to process this. You can move these tables around. You can make them smaller, make them bigger just by hitting the control on the mouse wheel. Now, look at all of this. Now, I'm going to do something that is outrageous. If you notice here, I've got a table from each system, but I don't have SQL Server. So I don't have a table on SQL Server. However, I can process the join anywhere. I'm going to process it on SQL Server. Now watch this SQL change. It's going to change to TSQL. There it goes. Oh, not yet. Hold on. I picked the target database on SQL Server. So, if you have a system out there that's not that busy, let it be where you want your joins. Look at that. That is TSQL. The Nexus automatically converted that join SQL over to SQL Server, which is a great hub. And now when I execute this, it moves all of the tables over to SQL Server system where it's going to execute it there, even though none of the tables were from SQL Server. And there it goes, the logs. This is going to be quick. This is a very fast database. And here we go. There's our 2,000 rows. Have you ever seen anything like it? It's taken us close to 20 years to build this perfection. We're all about making sure you control your future. Now look at this. I'm going to migrate data. This is the way I did it. You see, I set up 10 tables on Teradata at first, and then I began to use the Nexus to migrate them. And I just picked the source. In this case, it's Postgres. Here's all my tables in that database. I picked the target. Notice that every system's eligible for the target here. So I can move my Postgres tables anywhere. When I press this blue button, all these check-marked tables, they're going to say, I'll be ready to move. I'm going to drop the tables and recreate them over on my MySQL. Look how fast that moved. That converted the data, changed from Postgres tables to MySQL, and built load utilities. Here's the logs. You can see them. This is how a lot of people actually build load utilities, but anybody can do it now. It takes months to do the conversion of the DDL. I just did it in 1 second. Did you see that? I converted the DDL between MySQL and Postgres. Now, this is going to be very interesting. It's very important. This is the Nexus server that you just saw me click on. That says, what do you want to do? And I go, I'm going to load a project that I've already run before. I've got 1,000 of these in here. And I go, hey, I want to do from Teradata to Snowflake. And it goes, okie doke. Now here's what's happening. Even though I'm doing everything on my PC, there's a server sitting out there near Snowflake, out on the AWS cloud, loaded with Nexus server software. When I execute this, it says, Tom, I know who your credentials are. It's as if you're sitting on the server. I'm going to move the data from Teradata over to the Nexus server's memory and through that onto my Snowflake system. And it's going to run right now. It's running. Okay, I can go home, come back in the morning, but it's going to be back quick. Now let's have some real fun. Let's change to dark mode. Ooh, let's go to Sherwood Dark Greens. This is how you save your eyes. If you've got a query tool that doesn't have dark mode, it's time to get a new query tool or get some new eyes. Now, watch what I'm going to do here, because it's all about amazing here. I'm putting in subscriber number into search up there. I look for the column subscriber number, and there it is in every place in my Teradata system. Here it is in my Snowflake system. The list goes on and on here. It's going to show me where subscriber number is in every database. There was Oracle, there's SQL Server, there's MySQL, there's Postgres, every place that subscriber number exists. But this is a live tree. I'm going to use the Super Join Builder. Now you get a chance to see how you could build a federated query for everybody in your department. Notice when I click on the columns, the SQL begins to be built. Now, I've got a Teradata system in there. Oh, and there is my Nexus server that moved from Teradata to Snowflake. Very fast, you bet it is. We can move 500 million rows in about 5 minutes. Now watch very carefully. I'm going to take my Teradata addresses table, and I'm going to join it with an Oracle subscribers table. All you do is drag it in, and it says, listen, you need to tell me How do these two tables join? And I go subscriber number and subscriber number. I hit the blue arrow and I say finish, and he goes, okay, I got that down. Now I'm going to add a SQL Server table, and I'm going to go with, where's that claims table at? There you are. I drag it in. I just touched the table that I wanted to join with, and it says, okay, how do these join? And I go subscriber number equals subscriber number and member number equals member. I hit the blue arrow and finish it. And they go, okay, all right. Pick the columns you want to see on the report. Notice the SQL just keeps on a-changing. This query is ready to run. This is how you run a federated query. And now Teradata is the hub, so Oracle and SQL Server will move right over there. Notice I could have created a table with this answer set or imported an Excel and joined it. So this is simply amazing. If there's data out there, we do a lot with it. Now, this is key. Once you get an answer set, I'm pulling this pivot test regional. This is my sales data. Once I pull this into Nexus, oh, what a beautiful move. I want the answer set to be on the side here. So I just hit my little book mode there. Now watch. I've got this data. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pivot it. So I hit the pivot up above and they go, what do you got? And I go, anytime you get an answer set with Nexus, you can slice it and dice it 7 ways to Sunday. And I want to pivot it this time. They go, okay. It's like its own data warehouse. You don't have to write a pivot. This shows me all of my products, what my sales were for boots, my grand totals, what each person did, their grand totals, what the North and South did, and there's a much more. Why not do a spreadsheet? You can put this to Excel. Nexus will export this to Excel, but we have our own formulas right here. So you can do everything right inside your PC. You're going to get 10 times the work done because we have it for you. This is what 20 years of work is about. Now, prepare yourself to be amazed. We're going to go to the Garden of Analytics. It saves every answer set that I have. Look below. All of these are answer sets that I've received. Now I'm going to set this one as active. I'm going to come over and show this. Watch this. I say, I want result. Let's go back to 7 here. But these were the results I had before. I want result 7 to be the active set. Now I can do 80 different analytics. You would normally write these to go against Snowflake or Teradata, but this is free here. I'm going to do a group by grouping sets on all my sales data. Here's what I did in the year 2000 and what I did in September and October. Here's what I did for each product ID, and I've got more. I can come into window functions. Ranks and stuff are hard to write for people. Not anymore. I want to see the ranking of my data, daily sales descending. I want you to reset every product ID. And I'm going to create my rank. There's my data. I've ranked the highest to the lowest, and now I'm ranking. Look at all the analytics I can do. I want to do a moving average on any data. Don't do it on another system. Do it right inside your PC. It's faster. It's more efficient. I'm going to get a moving average every 2 rows, and there we go. I've got my moving average. I've got it partitioned. I've got a moving average that's continuous. I can get this inside my PC. And drum roll, please, because we're going to do graphs and charts. Don't just get one graph or chart. Come in here and get 50 in one shot so you have a nice dashboard. I'm going to come in here and select the different things. I want all types of charts in a dashboard, and here it comes. Now, let's sit back, get the coffee, and watch this thing in action. Ooh, I'm interested in that. I think I'll pause that. Listen, you know what? Let's just scroll this until we see something we like. Let's go the other way. And that's the way you can speed things up or slow things down. If it comes with data, the Nexus is the best tool in the world because it migrates, it joins, it federates, it searches, it writes the SQL for you, it gives you graphs and charts, it gives you analytics inside the PC. It does it all, and that's what makes it so special. Got to have, like lightning, Nexus and the Nexus server work together to give you the speed you need. This is going to be you on the beach celebrating your victory and you gotta see the spinning logo, call me.